here on Facebook Live. It's great to have you here. I know so many people eventually catch up with the show. And even if there are not millions of you watching live, that's okay, because by the time this show gets out there into the world, there's lots and lots of people learning from it, and lots of people getting, well, the reason why we're here. We're here because we want to make sure, hold on one second. Yes, Keith. Okay, so I've already started the show. So if you take the link that I sent you and see if you can get up into the show. All right, bye-bye. Okay, that's our guest. You know, it's not easy to do this new technology. I want to invite Cini up for us. We're going to just talk real briefly about a brand new website that Cini is putting out there for single people everywhere, especially in the Southeast here. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Cini?
Yeah, we developed a new site. It's called Date the Right One. And it's, you know, it's kind of like your other dating sites, but it's very unique because it's interactive. And what that means is that we have coaches and mentors that are going to be on the site. They're going to help you if you have any question, any problems, anything you want to ask or share. They're going to be there available to you so that you can ask them the questions, and they can guide and help you through. Because what we're finding is that, especially in our target market, you know, our range of dating, it's like about 45 plus. They're, and I don't want to say struggling, but they have that transition period that they have to go through. And so there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a little bit of a roller coaster ride trying to really get through to that. So this particular dating site's going to really focus on some of those issues that we come across. And I know, Bruce, you're going to be one of our wonderful mentors. I'm so happy to have you on as a relationship expert.
Thank you very much, Cini. You know, as a coach, and I can only imagine it from my position, how incredible would it be to have a relationship coach you through every aspect of your dating process, especially if dating hasn't gone too well. I mean, every business person, they have a consultant come in and help them and show them the way. Why don't we do that for our own love lives and personal lives and relationship lives, which is just as important for some people as their businesses? So we're going to make that available to people. We can make it the no-fail coaching system here website, and you know, we can label it that, a little bit of a nickname there, but that's what we're going to do, and we're excited to get that started.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And the reason being is because it's interactive, which means that the individuals that join are going to participate. And so they're going to have a choice to be able to develop their relationship. So we're going to have groups, and we're going to have gatherings, things that we're going to be doing. And a lot of our coaches and our mentors are going to be leading up some of those groups that we're going to be having. And we're going to be doing some webinars so people can connect through the internet. So no matter where you live, you're going to be able to connect with other people. So we've got a lot of things that are going to be taking place that people are going to be able to enjoy. And it's not going to be like you have to go to a bar and stare at each other. You know, it's going to be where we're actually doing some interactive mingling. And so it makes it a lot easier to be able to meet someone. So, yeah.
And I'm here to help people open up their hearts to love again. Because when our hearts are closed, when we're just coming from our heads, not such great things happen. We make wrong choices for relationships. And all you have to do is look around at some of the choices people have made, our friends have made, to know that it didn't get them in the right direction. We need to all get back to opening up our hearts. Marianne Williamson wrote the perfect book, Return to Love. We all need to return to love. And that's why I've committed the rest of my life to helping anyone that wants to do that. And towards the end of the show, we'll give you the telephone number and an email address to do that. So our guests are not, you haven't connected with our guests yet?
Nope, I sure haven't. And hopefully they'll be on soon. I'm wondering, let me go to their Facebook page and see if I can reach them again. But, you know, how lucky are we, you know, with regards to the dating site to have someone like you on it? I mean, it's amazing to me because I'm thinking to myself, you know, you're such an expert in your field that, you know, to be able to be available to ask a quick question and maybe even look at their profile to see if, you know, if that's really, you know, kind of showing what type of person they really are. Because so often it's those little things that need to be tweaked. You know, someone it so quickly can say, oh, no, I don't want to see this person or whatever, when they are of a very quality human being. And so if we can look at them and we can say, okay, you know, this picture really doesn't show you in a good light. Maybe if you take a picture like this, we can give them an idea. Or if there's something written in their profile that really doesn't sound like it would be something that they're like, because as you get to know a person, when you're talking to them, you realize, oh, you know, this is not portraying you like you should. So there's so many elements with regards to dating online that I think our experts like you, Bruce, can definitely tweak and help them to be able to go forward. But here's the beauty of it. It's like, okay, let's say someone contacts you and they're finding that they are having some struggles. So they're having some real struggles with the transition of a relationship loss through that transition of dating. And they really do want to be able to move forward in their life, but they're a little stuck. Isn't it wonderful to be able to have people like yourself, Bruce, you know, experts that know what that feels like, to be able to can reach down and say, you know what, let me help you. And you can go ahead, not on just the quick phone call or the quick email or connection that you make on the site, but you can actually do further coaching with them. And that's going to be allowed. People are going to be able to have the good books that they've written. They'll be able to, you know, share with the individuals on the site and give them, because I feel in order for us to be able to move forward in our lives, we have to, you know, we have to heal from within, but we have to feed our hearts, our minds, our bodies, you know, our soul. And so being able to connect with wonderful mentors like yourself is going to be so valuable. Absolutely valuable.
You know, there's a lot of good people out there. And sometimes when people are have incorrect goals in their heads and they've just got set goals and they'll only take this kind of person and only take that kind of person. And they leave a lot of people in the dust who just might make a wonderful friend, a wonderful mate, a wonderful relationship. So I hope that we'll be able to make people a lot more attractive. And that doesn't mean the way they dress or the way they have their hair. Attractive means attracting people, becoming attractive to people, having a smile on their face, having a smile in their eyes when they look at others. So there's so much that, you know, women say, well, if I don't go up to him, he's not going to go up to me. Well, you know what? Women weren't saying that for 10,000 years. They were recognizing how powerful they were. And what that means is if they see someone across the room who they find interesting or attractive, there are two things that they can do that will win over any man who's available or any man who's looking for someone like that person. They have to smile and make eye contact. With those two things, if that person doesn't come over, they just weren't right. They just were married or whatever it is. But if you don't have to go over to anybody and play like mama and play like big, you know, the golden mama, you know, you don't have to do that. You can smile and make eye contact with people. Let those guys know that they are not going to risk being rejected when they come over to say hello to you. And that's the most important thing. We want to be kind to everybody. We want people to be kind to us, and we want to be kind to everybody. And that kindness has to extend to when 2 or 3 women are having conversation together. Please, ladies, don't make fun of anybody. Don't make fun of a guy standing by himself. Don't make fun of a guy who's looking at you. You know, you come from your heart. And when you start coming from your heart, you'll open up a whole new world around you so that people will see you as a more attractive person. Do you think people find others attractive who are always thinking in their heads what they want, what they don't want, what they want, judging and feeling rejected? No, that's not the place to attract people. The place to attract people is right here in your heart. And we all have to open up that heart so that we can raise our vibration and become more attractive to better people. So we haven't heard from our guests.
Yes, we do. We have our guests.
I'm going to assume.
Yeah, no, we have our guests in the wing, so I'm going to be bringing them up. So hold on just one moment.
Super, super. Hello, everybody, again. I'm going to say hello again because I have some great guests with me. Look at that handsome couple. Goodness gracious. There they are.
Hi, Bruce.
Hey there. Hey there. Great to have you. I want to introduce everybody. I want you to know who you're looking at right now. I've gotten to know these people in the last few weeks. And Lauren and I feel like we've known you forever. And she keeps saying to me, are we going to be friends later? Are we going to be friends afterwards? I said, I think we will be, because I think, we're so similar. So I want everybody out there to know more about you. Dr. Keith and Dr. Bella, they're a husband and wife team, and they've both created the holistic physicians and doctors of Oriental medicine who came together to create Agape Healing Arts, a health and wellness center. Oh, so much fun to just sit around and hang out there. It's right in Tequesta, Florida, and Bella and Keith offer an incredible approach to healing the body, the mind, and the spirit. Their motto is healthy body, peaceful mind, and a joyful heart. And that's the way they approach their work. And they utilize a variety of traditional and time-tested modalities, including traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, cranial sacral therapy. Oh, sorry. And Arvigo Maya abdominal therapy, which we're going to talk a lot more about because this is something that's taking the world by storm. Dr. Keith is a master teacher and practitioner of the martial and healing arts, and I was there yesterday. It was a great class. Oh, wonderful. And so, and his path began as an elite high school and college athlete. My God, I even heard you say that you were an All-American at one point, which is really crazy. Bella is a mother of 4 amazing children and a midwife who has assisted in the delivery of over 300 babies around the world. What an incredible story you guys have. And so I want to welcome you both to the show. Welcome, Dr. Keith and Dr. Bella.
Hi, Bruce. Good to see you again.
Thank you. We're so happy to be here.
Well, I've been looking forward to this. I'm so glad that you were able to join me, and I want people to know about you because you're in a place like Tequesta. When people hear about Jupiter in Fort Lauderdale or Miami, they go, "Where? Huh? I don't think I've ever heard of Jupiter." And Tequesta is another incredible community, just slightly north. A lot of it is right on the beach, right on the ocean. A lot of our celebrities and golfers and all these incredibly well-to-do and successful people live there. It's just a great, great area. And I'm thrilled that you guys have opened up an office there. So can you tell me more about your center and how that all came about? Because I know people will want to know.
Well, it really was Dr. Bella's idea when we came together. I was working at the Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, which is a very famous place. And Bella had her office in her home, raising her kids. And when we came together, we really wanted to create a family practice. We're a family. Our kids get acupuncture. Our parents got acupuncture. And, acupuncture and Chinese medicine and integrative therapies are really for everybody. We're primary healthcare practitioners, which means you can see us like you would see your medical doctor for the same issues. We just don't use surgery and pharmaceutical drugs. We use natural therapies, holistic therapies, integrative therapies to do our work.
So I'm thrilled to let people know about you because I am a alternative guy from a long ways back. It's so incredible, Dr. Bella, to see a world out there that's growing. 3, 4, 5 years ago, the things you couldn't talk about, the things that you can talk about now. And we're not talking about a long time ago. We're talking about 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now everything is spreading like wildfire. I think the more people are getting ill, the more they're looking for alternative answers. They're reading up on chemo, they're reading up on pharmaceuticals, and they're not liking what they're seeing. So I would like you to be able to tell our viewers the difference between a primary healthcare practitioner, as simple as that might sound, and what is the difference between you and an MD doctor?
Well, we're doctors of Oriental medicine. I don't like to use the word alternative because it means you have to choose between one or the other. We're really integrative. I think the way we work, we support people in the choices they make, and we don't judge anybody where they're at. And, we really believe in the best of both systems, the best of Western medicine and the best of Eastern medicine. To come together, to work together, to serve our clientele, our patients, the best way possible. Our primary role in physician, really means teacher, and that's our primary role is education, is educating our patients so that they can make an informed decision for themselves, and then we help support them in those decisions through our therapies, through dietary recommendations, lifestyle recommendations to empower our patients to take responsibility for their own healing process. Because once you give up your power, once you give up your responsibility to doctors, teachers, priests, we're giving that power away, and we need to reclaim that power back to know that through the all these wonderful, they call it the new age, but it's really the old age. These therapies have been around for Chinese medicine is 2,500 years old. The American Medical Association is 150 years old. So we have legs, and I know when I was going to school and I would call my mom and I would tell her, the things that we're learning, like cupping, which the Olympic swimmer made very, very popular. Michael Phelps. Yeah.
Right.
She goes, oh, I remember, my grandma or my aunt used to do that to us when we had a cold. And so, chicken soup, it really works. And, the Hippocrates Health Institute was raw living foods and wheatgrass juice therapies. So, it's kind of like a no-brainer, if you don't, it just makes common sense, I think, to me.
So, Dr. Bella, I know that you have been studying so many integrated philosophies and medicines, and I would really like to hear about your background and all the things that you have become an expert at.
So I started in 1997. I became fascinated with home birth. My sister was going to chiropractic school, and she started telling me about her home birth. She started assisting in home births, and I found out. I was fascinated. I went online and looked it up, and I found my passion because I was in school for theater and dance and in psychology. And when I found that, I went full force into the healing arts, and that was just like the first step. And then I went to midwifery school. It was 3 years. I became a home birth midwife. And on the side, I did massage as well, because body work and working with pregnancy and birth, it's good to have those skills to be a body worker. And eventually, I really wanted to be a holistic physician. And in Florida, there was no laws and rules for naturopathic medicine. I went out to Oregon to check out some schools there, but I figured I wanted to do something that was here and that was already licensed. So I looked into acupuncture and I looked into their laws and rules, and it seemed like I can practice as a holistic physician the way I wanted to under that practice and law for acupuncture. So I went into school for that in 2002 and finished in 2007. We finished the same year. And I just integrated everything I had learned as a midwife, a massage therapist, as a acupuncture physician, and put them all together in a blend of just being a holistic physician, being able to offer many different modalities. And my favorite thing to do to treat people is just to be open, to listen to them. Because in Chinese medicine, we feel the pulses. There's 9 pulses. There's the tongue. So you do the intake, and then you listen to their pulses and look at their tongue, and then you can come up with a diagnosis, a differential diagnosis that sounds so different than Western medicine. So in Western medicine, they have, these cancer and diabetes, but in Eastern medicine, we don't have those terms. We have like dampness, phlegm,
imbalances,
liver qi, stagnation. A lot of disease comes from stagnation. So my philosophy is to bring the body back into balance, because we believe everyone has an inner physician inside of them, and we help them tap into that inner physician, which is what Dr. Keith said. It's like empowering, teaching people how to find their inner physician and heal from the inside out. So it's a very holistic approach. Western medicine kind of sees us like a machine, like they can just cut us apart and medicate us, but there's no spirit. Like we lost spirit. There was some kind of divorce with Western medicine and spirit. But as I learned, like the Mayan ways and the Chinese ways, all the indigenous ways, they never took spirit out of medicine. Like the priests were the doctors, and they were the hammam, they were the shamans. So bringing that back together, I feel like with quantum physics and everything that's happening with quantum physics, it is coming back together. That split of science and spirituality is coming back. I'm really excited about that, because it kind of proves that we are spirit having this physical experience. So we have that holistic approach. We have 4 different bodies: the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and we are treating them all as a whole. So that's my passion, just seeing someone as a whole and treating them as a whole.
How long has natural birth been around?
Forever, for thousands of years, and only has been in the hospital for like 150 years. But before that, thousands of years, midwives have been delivering babies.
So there's probably, there'll be a lot of people watching this that are wondering about possible alternatives to childbirth. And what I'd like them to hear is from you, what did you take away from being that midwifery and working with so many people? What message can you send out right now to people that are wondering about giving birth in the future, having another baby? What can you tell them?
I think I would tell them to trust their bodies. When they get pregnant, they don't really have to do anything. Their body is very intelligent and makes that baby. And I tell women, like, all you have to really do is think good thoughts and eat good food. And your body, the intelligence of your body, that inner physician's making that baby. So to trust your body to make the baby, and then go further into the labor and trust your body to continue to do what it knows to do. We don't trust our bodies. We think they're broken. Western medicine sends a signal to us that we are broken and we need help. So that's why women lay down in bed with their legs open. It's like, I always think about like a dying cockroach. When you see a cockroach dying, it's laying on its back with its legs up. And that's not the way women, that's very disempowering. A woman, if you look through thousands of years, they had like a rope hanging, they were squatting, they had a birth stool, they had someone behind them, and they worked with gravity. So the baby, the energy goes down and out. Now, if you're on your back, that energy is not going down and out. It's kind of counterproductive. So I would just say be empowered, be educated, because ignorance is what causes fear. So fear, there's something called the fear, tension, pain cycle. If a woman's in fear, then her body tenses up and then she has pain and it goes around and around. It's a fear, tension, pain cycle. So I counteract that with love.
You need support too. You need support. You need people around you who are supportive. And I think that's one of the issues, the doctors and even the family members. They have limited understanding, and you need people around you, especially your husband and family, to support you in the decisions that you're making.
Yep. So there's a big spectrum, like fear and pleasure, or pain and pleasure, and it goes around. So there's actually something called orgasmic birth. And even though as painful as birth might be, you can be on the other end and have an actual orgasmic birth. And it's all perception. It's like rewiring what we perceive as pain and working with our breath and our body in a productive way to deliver our baby in a place of love. Because most people are in fear and they're tense and then it hurts. So if you can really expand in that frequency of love and have your baby, then you're open. You're like a beautiful flower just opening up.
You know, every time I speak with you and every time I spend time with you, it hasn't been a lot, but when I do, when we are together, I get this image of you absolutely skyrocketing and becoming a leader for women and a leader for healthy births. You know, it must have been 20 years ago. I just happened to see a video or something about what was then called a French birth, where a woman just went down, just like you said, and into a hot water bath. And that baby just came out and just kind of swam around. And I said, why don't we do that? What's the deal on that? So I see you, and we're going to talk about one more thing now, because the show is speeding right by. I see you as a leader, the coming leader in women's movement and women's feelings and helping women open up their heart. But there's something else that you're doing that is creating a lot of attention in the world, that celebrities all over the world have taken to this. And so I'm not about to start talking about it. So I'm going to leave this to you to talk about what you know we're going to talk about now.
Okay. So there's something called vaginal steam bathing, and it's not new. But in our Western culture, Gwyneth Paltrow blogged about it in 2015. She has a blog called Goop, and there is a holistic spa in LA. So she made it very popular. And after she blogged about it in 2015, now it's on all the shows, all the famous women in LA and New York, and actually every major city in America is beginning, every spa is beginning to have the yoni. It's a vaginal steam, but you call it a V steam, a yoni steam, and all the indigenous cultures had a different name for it. So I learned the Mayan way, and that's called Bajos. And it's a very holistic healing way to heal a woman, her whole entire reproductive system. And the word yoni is a Sanskrit word. It's an ancient word that means the divine feminine. It means origin of life or sacred space or temple. And it represents her entire reproductive system. So it's more honoring than the word vagina, because the word vagina is a Latin word that means sheath for a sword. And so as a midwife in 1997, all my midwifery books said yoni, and so I discovered that word back then. And I always used it ever since, because it's, you know, they think that other word is a derogatory word, and then they think the yoni is a very feminine, life-giving, nurturing word to use. So
and it's
that's
kind of a fun word too. It's that can roll off the tongue a lot easier than vagina. So I'm all for that. So tell me exactly, how that works. And if someone comes to see you, is it weekly? Is it twice a month? Is it monthly? How exactly does that work? And what can someone expect once they start getting that kind of treatment?
Okay, so I learned about it with the abdominal massage, so it goes hand in hand. But right now it's a standalone treatment. If you want to do it as just a standalone treatment, you could do it with the moon cycle, so like with the new moon, full moon, or every other week, or before or after your menses, or if you're not even having your cycle anymore. That's what a woman who is past her menstruation time would do it with the cycles of the moon. Just to keep healthy. So that's just general health. But if other issues are happening, like health issues such as infertility or painful menses, hormonal imbalances, hot flashes, vaginal dryness or painful intercourse, urinary incontinence, or any kind of prolapse, those would be on a different kind of schedule. And it would have different types of therapies as well, because we do the abdominal therapy and also the internal herbs. So we have these tinctures. So some people are just doing it as a standalone treatment, but I like it as a whole holistic treatment with the other modalities as well.
So when Lauren came to visit you, and by the way, she's sleeping almost through the night, and she's loving it. She loves what you've done for her. So when she came, you did a kind of a massage, and talk about that a little bit.
Okay, that's the Arvigo techniques of the Mayan abdominal therapy, and that is a very holistic way to get the 5 systems of flow flowing in your body, in the abdominal cavity and in the pelvic bowl. We have 5 different systems of flow: the arterial and venous blood supply, the nervous system, the chi, which is the energy, and the lymphatic system. A lot of disease and imbalances are happening because people are stagnated. We sit, like ancient people were walking, we were moving. We sit too much and our bodies are stagnant. And when things stagnate, I always talk about what happens if a glass of water is just stagnant. The mosquitoes come and they start laying their eggs, and then it gets all mildewy. And this is what happens in our body. Our body's meant to flow. So basically that treatment is just getting your body, your own body, to start flowing, and pain disappears, the hormones start flowing right, and everything comes into harmony. And the key word with that treatment is always, my focus is on bringing your own body back to harmony, to balance, to homeostasis, and then it will heal itself. So your beautiful, lovely bride is experiencing her body in harmony, and it feels good. And some people feel like they might be on drugs or something, because you're tapping into your endorphins and your serotonin, because that's where it lives. It lives in your gut. And so your immune system's in your gut, your feel-good hormones are in your gut. That's why dogs lay, they just open their bellies for you to rub their bellies, because it feels good, because the serotonin's flowing. And then you sleep better, your hormones are better, your aches and pains are gone, you have more energy. A lot of your symptoms are gone, and it's that simple. But people want to make everything so hard. It's not that hard. And I teach that when they come to see me. I teach self-care, because I want them to think they can go home and heal themselves. They don't have to come to me all the time. Self-care is a huge part of right now. I feel like medicine needs to teach people self-care. So we're very big about education and self-care.
So when people come to see you, just to summarize, because you guys do so much. Yesterday, Keith worked on me and felt like I had, 101 needles all over my body, and it was wonderful. And he, grabbed my wrist, and he's reading my wrist. I'm like, what is he reading there? And then he moves over here. What is he reading over there? And then, he's strong, so you're going to get a great body massage. So let's just summarize again all the wonderful things that you do, that you each really focus on. Keith, let's start with you.
Well, I'm a strong believer in the integrative work we do, besides the acupuncture and Chinese medicine, which are wonderful tools. We practice cranial sacral therapy. which I was drawn to because I was a football player and experienced multiple concussions, actually 3 diagnosed concussions. So I worked with the Ricky Williams Foundation and the Upledger Institute on NFL football players, and met Dr. Amalu, who was in the movie Concussion. And I also do my own abdominal organ massage therapy. It's called Cini, which is what really inspired me to go to acupuncture school and to encourage me to pursue and further my education. And I also teach Tai Chi and Qigong and meditation. Those are just more tools that we can utilize at home on a daily basis. Yeah, you were at that class yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it. And you saw the response. Tai Chi's for everybody. Time Magazine said Tai Chi is the perfect exercise. Dr. Oz said if you want to be healthy and live to 100, do Qigong. And I've been working with these practices, just about my whole life. I started martial arts when I was 16 years old with my neighbor, who was Henry Ford's bodyguard, who started teaching me pressure points. And it never stopped, as a wrestler in high school, and a college football player. And my love and passion has always been the martial arts. But, I wanted to evolve. And I continued with the yoga and meditation, eventually going to acupuncture school, later on, which was the greatest decision I made in my life, next to marrying this amazing woman that we get to partner together with and just do the work that we're passionate about doing. So
tell us about how people can contact you, and can it be from anywhere, or do they have to be in South Florida? So tell us now about websites and emails and your telephone number.
Sure. Yeah, great. So our website's www.agapehealingarts.com, AGAPE. There's a lot of information on our website. You can email us through our website. Our phone number is 561-76-AGAPE or 561-762-4273. We have people from all over. I've treated people from Europe and South America. We have people drive up from Miami and Orlando and Daytona to come visit us. We also do Skype sessions now as well. There's a lot of work we can do over the phone and help direct you and connect you to practitioners in your area if we can't service you. Florida, people are coming and going. We got winter birds all the time, and as well as the people who are here year round. So our website, our email, they can text us or call us on the phone, and we're always available to answer questions.
And Dr. Bella, when somebody feels better about themselves, when they feel more vibrant, when a woman feels more attractive, when a man feels more virile, they're going to put out a different vibe than if they're feeling down and feeling dejected and they're running out of power. If they infuse themselves with all this positive energy that you guys are speaking about, they can turn around their relationships, whether they're married or single. They can really do anything with this change of energy.
That's right.
The first relationship is the relationship with yourself, mm-hmm. and partnership and our family, and community, so it's all an extension. And it's really, it's a minimal investment when people are paying thousands of dollars for health insurance and not getting the treatment they deserve, the treatments that they need, compared to a purse or a nice purse or a nice pair of shoes or some Botox. Self-care is really minimalistic, and you get so much in return for a minimal investment in yourself. So really encourage.
And I hope all the people, at least that are watching here in Florida and South Florida, that they come look you up right away. And, as soon as they come and experience you, more and more people are going to be saying some great things about you. Wow. Just looking at you guys, you exude success and happiness. And I'm thrilled to be a part of your life. And I welcome you into mine. And Lauren and I, we really like you guys. And anyone that's doing the kind of work that you guys are doing and bringing it out into the world, they're high on a list of greatness. And I want to congratulate you guys for all that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce.
And Lauren.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she'll be watching this, believe me. She's not watching right this second, but she'll be watching it as soon as we're done. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I know you guys are so busy. I'm just glad to be able to get you for just a short while. I want people to contact you, make your appointments, go in and see you. I know that every once in a while you even offer, especially if people are watching this show, you might offer a discount if people mention the show and they try.
Yeah, let your audience know that if they call up and they have any questions, they want to make an appointment, and they mention that they saw us on the show, that they get a 20% discount on their first consultation and treatment. It's usually 90 minutes, and we'd be happy to take care of them.
Wonderful. Well, Bella, Keith, wonderful, wonderful work. Great show. Couldn't have expected more, and very excited again to be in your lives and to be able to share you with everybody out there in the world. So thank you for being on the show. I want to welcome everybody who's joined us and say, please spread the word about these wonderful people who are doing such a great job out there in the world. Give them a call, and we'll see everybody next week on another Bruce Starr Love Coach Live show. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you again. Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.